Hello, good evening. Tonight I have a little extra time on my hands, so I decided that I was going to dedicate it to a nice long self-care session. I've been feeling some tension in through my hips and all the way down my legs into my feet, and I've really been neglecting stretching and not being very on top of it with self-care. So I wanted to use my time wisely and just do a full self-care session. So tonight I'm going to use heat, I'm using ball rolling, I'm going to use some self-massage and some stretching. Why am I using all these things, you ask? Well, because heat and agitation, aka self-massage and ball rolling, are two ways to loosen fascia. Fascia being that connective tissue that binds everything in our body. It binds muscle to muscle, it covers and protects our muscles, it binds organs to our cavity walls, it binds skin to muscle. It's really important, and when it gets tight, it can cause problems and discomfort and pain. So I wanted to make sure that I do a little loosening work for the fascia of my legs. So I wanted to let you guys in on a little bit of this. I'm going to focus in this video on my lower legs and feet. What I have to work with today are, I've got some hot stones. As a massage therapist, I do just have these lying around, but you at home can follow along by just taking an old sock, and you can fill it up with some rice and just tie a knot. Super easy. If you have a microwave, throw it in the microwave for about a minute, and then for anything that I'm using a hot stone for, you can go ahead and use this makeshift heater for. I've also got my therapy balls. When I do larger muscles like my back and my thighs, I will use my foam roller. And then I also have a theraband for stretching. Again, if you don't have therapy balls, you can use a tennis ball. If you don't have a theraband, you can just use a towel. But here we go. I'm really excited to start with some heat because this is going to totally affect and enhance my ability to stretch. It's going to loosen up my fascia because, again, heat is one of the ways that loosens fascia. So I'm going to take my hot stone here. I'll move me over. So, just a quick anatomy lesson. We have fascia of our lower leg that runs and connects down like this, and then across our heel and down the plantar fascia of our foot. So this is all connected. So in order to loosen my my calf muscles, in order to loosen up my ankles and to loosen up my feet, I'm going to work this entire line here, this entire back line of my lower leg. So I'm going to start up here at the crease of my knee, and I'm just lightly, just very lightly, I'm not pressing hard, just making some lines here down my calf muscles. Even on this hot evening, this heat feels really good and therapeutic. And again, if you're using a makeshift leg warmer, you can just go down like that. I have some flexors that flex my ankle in through here, so I want to get those as well. So I'm just coming along the bone here, the inside of the bone. Okay. On the right side of my gastrocnemius, the left side. And then I'm going to come down my Achilles tendon like this. So my calf muscles, my gastroc and my soleus, turn into my Achilles tendon. So, any tension in through the calf will affect the Achilles tendon, which will then affect the plantar fascia. So I'm coming in through here. Again, I'm just doing really light strokes. I'm not doing anything too deep or anything too technical. I'm literally just rubbing this stone against the bottom of my foot, and it feels really nice. And go slow. Don't go too fast. Really feel as you push. Really feel like you're stretching the fascia, and you're heating it. Okay, I'm going to do a couple long passes just from the crease here all the way down like this, from the crease and all the way down like this. Now technically, because everything is connected, the fascia that goes along my spine connects from my pelvis down my hamstring, down my calf, in through here. So technically, I really could be heating my entire back line, but I'm just treating locally right now for the purposes of this video. So let's move on to some self-massage. So I'm using my hands like this. I'm grasping my calf muscle on either side like this, and I'm just doing some pinching motions here like this. I'm pulling the heads of my gastrocnemius apart, just pulling them apart here. Like this, so nice and small. And then when I get to my Achilles, I'm just pulling out like this. I'm just going to do a little bit of back and forth here. And then I'm going to take my ball and I'm going to put it right along the tendon here. So right below my calf muscle, so this chunk of my calf muscle, right below here. And I'm just going to roll it to the edge. Oops. I'm just going to roll it to the edge of my heel here. And this way I'm affecting the tendon itself, which again flows right into the plantar fascia. And then I'm going to stand up. I'm going to do a little bit of work on my plantar fascia. All right. And last but not least, I'm going to take my theraband and I'm just going to stretch like this, flexing my foot back. So as you can see, and also important, stretching my knee as well, because that'll stretch this entire line. And I did a different video on proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, PNF, so I can contract and stretch, and I should be able to stretch even further. And of course I'm breathing, contracting against resistance, and then stretch. Oh, that feels so good. Contract and stretch. So I've just worked a lot on this right leg, and you can probably see here that this leg is nice and flexible. This leg is like a rock comparatively. Can you see how much more? I don't know if you can see that, but this foot wants to stretch a lot more than this one does. Whew. So, thank you for joining me. I hope that this was helpful for you. And yeah, good luck with your self-care regime. Hopefully you'll have time to fit something like this in.